A short history of Boston.
Not many people lived here at first. It was all a bit too boggy. But when the Anglo-Saxons arrived, dug canals and built a port, Boston was on the map. It was in a perfect place for European trade, and by the 13th century, Boston was the richest port in England, exporting and importing.
Some of Boston's greatest buildings were constructed at this time, and the tradition of Boston Fair began. But wool wasn't as nice to wear as the new fabrics like silk and cotton, so Boston's biggest trade lost its value and the port declined.
Around that time, Henry VIII was King of England. When Henry wanted to divorce his first wife, the Pope said no. So, Henry set up his own church and ordered his soldiers to burn down the Catholic monasteries and take their gold. He told his people they would no longer be Catholics but follow his Church of England faith.
The people of Boston were angry about this and joined a protest called the Lincolnshire Rising. They marched upon Lincoln Castle, but Henry sent an army to disband the mob and chopped off the head of Lord Hussey of Boston to teach them a lesson.
As different queens and kings came to power, England changed from Catholic to Protestant and back again. But when King James came to the throne, there was a clampdown. You could be arrested for your beliefs or trying to escape. Some of the separatists managed to flee to the Netherlands, a more tolerant country, and then onto America. These were the Pilgrim Fathers.
But back to Boston, where a brand new house was being built. Fidel House became an important part of Boston history. Here are some of the highlights.
The Fidel family went from the richest in town to bankruptcy. Many of the family members became mayors of Boston. The enormous wine cellar had a catapult to get rid of floodwater, which sent it into the neighbour's garden. A tenant, Francis Yeatman, turned the gardens into the finest in the borough. Another tenant, Samuel Waddington, was so broke he sold off most of the house's possessions.
In 1933, the house was nearly knocked down and built over. Boston people weren't happy about this and formed the Boston Preservation Trust to buy the house back. The trust raised money and Boston, Massachusetts gave a huge donation.
In 1938, Senator Joseph Kennedy visited and dedicated one of the rooms for the use of American visitors. In World War II, the house was used as an air raid shelter. And in 1941, the house was hit by a bomb.
So much has happened, but what's next for Fidel House? Come and find out for yourself and make history.